Prepare yourself, guys. Chris with T3 Medias, and this is my review to the Little movie starring Regina Hall, Issa Rae, and Marsai Martin. Now, I gotta say honestly, okay, so let me give a little backstory. I got the advanced screening passes to see this. I got VIP passes, invited a few friends, had some seats to fill up, so I did some marketing and had a little fun with promoting. Also, Bumblebee, I gave did a little giveaway, like I said I would, and we had a good time. A lot of the guys came over, friends of mine, people I've met for the first time. We all sat down, prepared ourselves to watch a pretty funny movie. Now, the thing that was hurting this film, the story, since this is a story that's been done before with big, hey, we just had Shazam. April, played by Issa, did. She, to me, carried this movie. There were, let's just pick it apart little by little. So for a black audience, there were a lot of jokes in there. If you were raised by a strict black mother, that you were going to see and get, and you would right off the bat you would get how a lot of people are like, no disrespect or back talk from kids, respect your elders kind of way. Now that's everybody for the most part, but in growing up in a black family, you would get the subtle jokes with the direction that they were trying to go with. Don't sass me, don't talk back, don't embarrass me in front of these white folks. It's like there's a joke that was said a couple of times in it, and if you were raised in a house like that, you were gonna laugh and get that right off the bat. Now, if that was the direction that this whole movie was going, this would have been a very funny movie throughout. But it kept jumping from racial humor to generational humor, like the clash of this generation versus that generation, to a family wholesome kind of a thing. The pacing was all over the place, and this movie just could not find where it was trying to land with the audience that it was trying to gravitate towards, because it kept jumping from one thing to another. At some points, it was a very raunchy, very cringeworthy. Especially if you had kids around you, you bring kids to this movie type of movie. Then at other points, it was very High School Musical, very I don't know, Disney Channel-ish, and just it just didn't know what audience it was aiming towards, and that is a problem with directing, a problem with editing, and a lot to do with the script. This was not a rated R movie. This was PG-13. Now, if they marketed that, now imagine if this was a movie like Superbad, for example, or Booksmart that's about to come out, where the whole world is raunchy and pushing the envelope and a hard R, not just sex, but just with language and just with the type of humor that could bring to the table. And now you place a grown woman in the body of a 14-year-old child, 13-year-old child in the center of this. I mean, even her attitude and her way, her dialogue could have brought that to the table too, seeing her curse and all that stuff. Now, if it was geared towards that type of an audience, this could have been a total crazy, mind-blowing comedy that could have just blew the roof off and just had people laughing from beginning to end. But again, since the editing and the pacing and the audience that it was going for, the message that it was trying to bring, at first it was trying to be raunchy, then it was trying to be wholesome, then it was trying to be a musical. It was so confusing that the laughs were just far in between. But the person who stayed consistently funny once again was Issa Rae. I have to give it to her. Now, a girl like Regina Hall, you would expect she can bring the comedy, but because she was only in like 10% of the movie, you knew that she could have really carried this movie and really brought it home. Her and Issa Rae together was the highlight. They really worked well together as well. But again, because of the fact that it was changing from an adult to a child, and then you have middle school elements, and then the family messages, and the bullying messages, and then the raunchy, and then the this and that, all that is in this jambalaya of a movie. It just did not mix well, and you just did not know where this was targeting or who this was targeting to. So it became a mess of a comedy. So overall, I'm gonna have to pass on the top three actresses in this movie did a great job. They were very funny. It's just that the environment, the whole movie as a whole, it just did not bring it home. Even the way this movie was marketed. You got Justin Hartley was heavily advertised in this, as you thought that this was going to be, it was going to be a real thing with the whole teacher and the student inappropriate stuff but it was everything that you saw on the trailer. That was it. That was it. No, nothing more, nothing less. There was no more than that throughout the whole movie. And maybe it was because of the fact that it happens a lot in real life and you don't want to have art imitating life too much and you don't want that much inappropriateness on it. But I thought that they marketed this movie in a very different way than what you will see. So prepare for that if you go see this movie. So let me know what you guys think about my review. As always, comment and share with me your thoughts, and let's just keep talking about this. Until next time, guys. Peace. Whoa. Hey, before I forget, I'm not even wearing the same clothes. Doesn't even matter. Movie magic. Thanks for watching the video all the way to the end. Like if you like, share if you care, comment for a compliment, subscribe to the tribe, and if you want to know more about how you can send me a message and be a part of We Got Your Mail, that's coming up right here. Check this out.